What will now happen is I'll talk through the actual tournament format with me acting as the combat marshal. Gentlemen, enter the arena. Gentlemen, salute. On guard. Notice how they come on guard at wide distance. 4 minute rapier, fence. Hold. He is wearing a blue armband. Ross is wearing a red armband. Therefore, he is called red and he is called blue. My call is this. Hold. Thrust to blue's chest. Point to red. Gentlemen, on guard. Fence. Hold. Cut to red's arm. Point to blue. Okay, gentlemen, salute and break. What has just happened is I've called both gentlemen on guard. They have engaged each other and you've seen how I scored the blows. In one case it was being a thrust, discernible blade flex. I called who was hit and where and then indicated who would be awarded the point. In the second instance, we had red being struck with a cut. Therefore, I called hold. I indicated where red had been cut and awarded the appropriate point. This is to give the scorer the clear indication as me as combat marshal what I consider to be a valid strike. What we'll now do is look at how our scorer will score those points. What will now happen is our lovely scorer will now score the blow. In the case of Ross being red and Justin being blue, Ross had a cut scored against his arm. This is indicated on this figure by our scorer in red. What we now have is our scorer looking at the score sheet for the bout. Ross is in red, Justin is in blue. In the first instance, Justin was struck with the thrust. That thrust and the position it was struck is recorded in blue. In the second instance, Ross was struck with a cut. In this case, where the cut was struck is recorded in red. Cuts are red, thrusts are blue. At the end of the bout, the cuts and thrusts on Ross will be added up and that score awarded to Justin. Justin will have exactly the same, added up his thrusts and cuts and awarded to Ross. Why? Because he has attacked him, add up the points, and that's his score. This is just to give you an idea of what the scorer is scoring as the bouts proceed. It is the scorer's job to know intimately the scoring, the target areas, and how they score. Sitting next to our scorer is the timer. The timer has two critical functions. Firstly, they control the time of the bout and indicate normally with the bell, it could perhaps be with a gavel or a whistle, when it starts, when it ends, and more importantly provides additional intellectual power to the scorer to ensure the correct score is recorded. What will now happen is I'll run a tournament under actual conditions, making the actual calls so you get a clear understanding and an idea of how the tournament will actually run later this year. So without further ado, I'm now into combat martial mode. Here we go. Gentlemen, enter the arena. Gentlemen, salute. On guard. 4 minute rapier and dagger, fence. Hold. Thrust to red's chest, point to blue. Thrust to blue's limb, point to red. Gentlemen, on guard. Fence. Hold. We don't score strikes to the hand. On guard. Fence. Hold. Thrust to red's chest, point to blue. On guard. Fence. hold, thrust to blue's chest, point to red. On guard, fence. Hold, thrust to blue's chest, point to red. On guard, fence. Hold, gentlemen, back to your positions. Gentlemen, salute. Await your scores. What would now happen if this was a full 4-minute bout? Our scorers would then announce the scores and then I would announce the winners. However, if we happen to have a complete jet with us who manages to score 5 full points against, in this case, Justin, at that point, our timer will bang the gravel or ring the bell because the scorer will announce red had scored 5 full points, therefore the winner. Remember, all these bouts are based on either first to 5 full points or the full bout is played out and then the winner is announced based on who's leading on score. If they both happen to be even at 4 points, sudden death, first point wins. That's very quickly a demonstration of what the tournament format's going to be like. You now have an idea of what the Combat Master's responsibilities are, of safety equipment, of weaponry, of strikes, how I would call the strikes, and this is to prepare you best you can for Swordplay 12. So from Ross, Justin, the team over at the table, and our cameraman, thank you very much. And any questions, feel free to contact the ACA via email and we'll answer any questions. Thank you.